All right, we'll be discussing some of these posts that I put down on this channel. And here. Let's lay something down here so I can kind of lean back without getting sweat all over it. And why is that looking like that angle is just like all wrong? Let's take a look at that. Maybe zoom out a little bit, yeah. Okay. It's kind of looking down on it, right? Okay. That may be about as good as it gets right there. And where is the mouse? So, I'm posting a lot of things from Amplex, and basically this guy he outright steals information, puts it up, but then you have to ask yourself, is that illegal? Like, a lot of people are making money off just reposting things, and not until somebody really hits them with a copyright strike, and then even more so, is it really copywritten? Show me the copyright. Like, produce it, right? So YouTube's really folded on people where there's copyright claims, and then you have to say, well, show me the copyright, right? Because nobody has copyrights. It's very rare. So this one's about Clif High's latest. So what I did is I did a deep dive. He was talking about Jainism. So Jainism is one of the oldest religions in the world, originating in India around 6th century BCE. Though its roots go back much further, it is a non-theistic religion, meaning it does not center around a creator god, and it emphasizes a path to spiritual purity and enlightenment through self-discipline, non-violence, and asceticism, right? So if you follow Jason Reza Giorgiani, he'll show you that the Zoroaster, young Sadi, as it's supposed, lived around this time. When you follow through the Sarmatians and you're looking at Iran, right, and you're looking at ancient Babylon and all this, all the things that were happening around this time and on, right? That it's all sort of goes back and it's depicted back to this sort of hub. So you could see how Jainism really works almost antithetically to Ahura Mazda and Ahriman, and how Zoroastrian became more formulated and formatted later, where they were kind of looking at it like, what? We see this more as a sort of Whitehead, not necessarily animism, but Neoplatonism sort of ontological concept of God, right? That we need to purify and perfect ourselves first, right? So this really is, when you say that certain religions are more Christian than Christianity, where they're like killing their so-called God and hanging him on a cross and eating him, like this isn't happening with other religions. So you even see this, like, so IMSA or AMSA, nonviolence, the most fundamental vow. Jains believe in absolute non-harm toward all living beings, including insects and microorganisms. This extends to thoughts, words, and deeds. You can see already that this trumps many of the belief systems that are current today. Whereas from an existential point of view, one would consider someone like this as a weak pacifist, right? Aparagru, non-possessiveness, or aparagraha, renounced material and emotional attachment. This principle promotes simplicity and detachment from worldly things. This is beautiful, right? Satya, truth. Always speak the truth, but only if it does not cause harm, in alignment with amsa or ahimsa. 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 Asteya, not stealing, or asteya. Never take anything that is not freely given, right? So you could see how sort of witchcraft could be formulated around this, where people would begin to break these laws through machination or machination. Brahmakarya. Bra, like Brahma. Karya, chastity or celibacy. Monks and nuns take a vow of complete celibacy. Lay people observe it in varying degrees. So far, I'm chiming with this very much so. Beliefs and philosophy. Jiva, ajiva. Or would it be aiva, ahaiva? The universe is made up of living beings, jiva or yaiva, and non-living substances, ajiva or aiva. Jiva is eternal and capable of liberation. Karma. Unlike in Hinduism or Buddhism, Jain karma is this subtle material substance that literally sticks to the soul due to passion and actions. Liberation is achieved by burning off this karma, right? Liberation, moksha, the ultimate goal is to achieve kevala, janan, janana, I think, Anna, janana, I would say it says janana. Infinite knowledge and escape the cycle of birth and death, samsara, or this Ouroboros that we talked about, thereby attaining moksha. Moksha sounds good. Like, you want some moksha pudding, right? Severe asceticism is practiced by the practice is by Jain monks and nuns, including fasting, walking barefoot, and avoiding harm even to bacteria. This is how I live. Like, I pretty much live this way, and I've gotten back to this. Vegetarianism is strictly observed. Some Jains avoid root vegetables to prevent killing tiny life forms in the soil. Imagine if everybody was living this way, in this sort of harmony. Meditation and self-discipline are key tools to purify the soul. Agamas, canonical scriptures derived from the teachings of Moyavira, Mahavira. The 24th and last Tirthankara, spiritual teacher. Tirthahakara, spiritual teacher. Jain sects, Digi Abramara, skyclad. Diga Ambara, Digi Ambara. Monks do not wear clothes and believe women must be reborn as men to attain liberation. That shows you where a lot of this Gospel of Mary came from, or Mary Magdalene, right? Going through the 7 principles and being confronted by them. Sivat Ambara, white clad. Monks and nuns wear white robes and believe women can achieve liberation directly. Tirthankaras. Jainism recognizes 24 Tirthankaras as spiritual way showers. The most recent is Mahavira, 599 to 527 BCE, a contemporary of Buddha. All right, so let's go into this and see if we can actually hear this. a little bit. I doubt it, but let's see if we can turn this up a little. The volume button. So obviously I'm not able to bring up the volume at all, but this is Clif High's. And let's see if they have down here, because this is a rip-off station of Clif. So let's take a look and see if there is any way to tell when this was. Because Clif's more buff and looks younger right now than he did 5 years ago. He went through some very serious medical issues, and he's getting out of this by studying the things that he's studying and focusing on amino acids, and this is the best way to get out of it. So if you really want to find Clif's channel, you would go on to Substack. Right? And that's where you would be able to find the Pirates of the Materium. This may be one of his channels, but let's go back to that, the Pirates of the Materium. Let's see, Pirates of the Materium. I think it would be Materium, right? Ether Pirates of the Materium. Boy, did I get that wrong. Okay, so this is his direct channel, Ether Pirates of the Materium. This would be Clif Highs. And so if you wanted to get the original content, that's where you would get it from. And this is what is up there. Let's see when that was, when that he had come out with that one, right? So let's see, what was that concerning? No? Yeah, so maybe we can find when that came out. So I don't think it was any time too soon, but this is him on June 21st, so just some days ago. I do not believe the sound will play here, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we have the sound set differently. I'm not sure how to turn it up and down, to be honest with you. I keep thinking I was just going to blare out. So anyway, that's Clif High's channel, and you ought to go patronize him directly there. And we're going to call it a video, but I just wanted to do a little deep dive into that.